You save money, you waste less, and there's a pattern with these, as you can see. Hello and welcome to Be Kind, a series all about living cruelty-free and being a kind human. Today I want to talk to you about being less wasteful, more green, eco-friendly. Oh yeah. Because let's be honest, we can all be better. We can all do things in our everyday lives to be less wasteful and nicer to our planet. I've always been pretty environmentally conscious. I grew up with a family who are very eco-friendly. My mum especially is super into recycling and compost and all that good stuff. So it has been a part of my life for a long time, but I have been taking further steps recently to be even better. And this video is by no means me preaching or lecturing. I am definitely not perfect. I have just been trying a lot harder recently to be less wasteful. This is just meant to be a helpful little guide to show you some of the easy changes you can make in your everyday life to be less wasteful and more eco-friendly and woo. And as I always say, I believe that everyone should do 100% of what they feel able to do. Also, just a quick note to say that I'm aware a lot of these things are obvious and many people already do them, which is great, but it's always good to reinforce the idea. And also, some people watching might not know about some of these things. I don't know. So let's get into it. Number 1, buy a reusable water bottle. This is an important one, especially if you are someone who is on the go every day and has a tendency to buy plastic water bottles from shops. You also will save yourself a heck of a lot of money if you're not buying a £2 water bottle every single day. I have this one, it's glass and it has a silicone casing thing. I bought it on Amazon for like £13 maybe, and it served me well, although this is actually my second one because the first one I dropped on the road when I was unpacking my car and it broke because it's glass. Glass tends to break if you drop it. But the new one has served me very well. You can also get plastic ones, metal ones for varying prices. It all depends on what you prefer. I have also found since having this that I drink a lot more water because it's always there and it's full and I'm just like, oh yeah, I am thirsty. I will drink some water, glug, 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 glug. And water is great. It's very good for you. Drink more water and get a bottle to drink it from. Number 2, buy a reusable coffee cup. Also very important if you're someone who's on the go every day and you buy a lot of tea or coffee when you're out and about. It will save you money because you can make your tea or coffee in the morning before you leave and take it with you. And also a lot of cafes give you a discount when you have your own cup. Sometimes up to 50p, which doesn't sound like much, but actually is quite a lot when you're buying coffee every day. I actually prefer having my own cup because it is nice to drink from, it is comfortable, and also it's super cute. Look at it, it's so nice. This one was very kindly sent to me by Lush as part of their Carry the Cup campaign, and it was made by a company called Our Cup. All of their cups are made out of recycled coffee cups, you know, the ones that you get when you go to Costa and Starbucks and all those places, and you don't have your own reusable cup, the horrible paper cups they give you that all just end up in a landfill and cause a lot of wastage. Yeah, those. This is made out of those. You can buy this one and a few other colours on their website for £12. That is so good. That's like, what, 5 or 6 cups of coffee or tea? There are also obviously loads of other companies you could buy from, like Keep Cup, but this is just the one that I have and I do really love it. Number 3, use reusable bags when you do your shopping. This has become a much more common thing, at least in the UK, since they introduced the 5p plastic bag charge, which is fantastic. I'm so glad they did that. And I know we've all been there, we've done our shopping and we've got to the tills and realised that we've forgotten our bags and we have to pay 5 or 10p for the carrier bags that they provide. But hasn't happened for me in a long time because I make sure that I always have these in my bag. It's a bit messy because I've had them for a really long time and the little pocket that they came in broke, so I just tie them up with an old hairband now. This here is 2 reusable tote bags that I always have on me in case I pop into any shops, and they have served me very well over the years. This is so small and easy peasy to keep in my bag. I know if you don't generally carry a bag or a backpack, it might be a little more difficult, but you could fold one of these up and put it in a pocket and it probably wouldn't be that noticeable. And of course, if I know I'm going to be doing a big grocery shop or something, I will bring a couple more bags with me. I have so many reusable bags, tote bags, all sorts, just so many. Too many. But also, you can never have too many reusable bags. Number 4, invest in some reusable cotton pads. This is something I discovered relatively recently when I was taking my makeup off one day with a normal cotton pad that you'd buy at Superdrug or whatever, and I thought, There must be a better solution for this, because I use several of these every single day and they just go straight in the bin. There must be something better. So I had a little Google, and of course I found reusable cotton pads. I bought these ones on Etsy from a UK seller, and they're great. They come in this little bag and just look like normal little cotton pads, and I use them to clean my face, and then I give them a wash in the sink just quickly with some soap or whatever, leave them to dry, and then whenever I'm doing a clothes wash I just throw them in there and ta-da, they're nice and clean again, and I can reuse them all, and it's fantastic. You can also obviously use washcloths and flannels and muslin cloths like this. Ta-da! I have 2 of these from Liz Earle. I got them in a face mask thing that my friend got me, and they're great. You save money, you waste less, and there's a pattern with these, as you can see. Number 5, use a menstrual cup. If you are a person who has a period, I would highly recommend trying a menstrual cup. I know I was unsure at first too. I was like, oh, that's a weird shape and it's quite big, and I don't wanna, how do you put that? How does that go? I don't understand. I don't want to, no. Just no. But I really like mine. I have never gotten on with tampons, and I don't really like pads. It just kind of feels like you're wearing a nappy. When I first got my menstrual cup, it took me a while to get used to it, as it will with most people. But once I got the hang of it, I was like, whoa, this is great. This is so much better. And I'm saving loads of money, and I'm being less wasteful. And yeah, I am a menstrual cup convert. There are loads of brands to choose from, and I recommend doing some research to find the one that's best for you, but I personally use a Lily Cup Compact, which folds down into this tiny little case, which is just so cute and small. They're made from medical grade silicone, which is very safe to put in your body, unlike tampons a lot of the time. Mine cost me £30 and will last me for at least a decade, which is crazy, but awesome. I've already had it for a couple years, and I'll have it long into my 30s. Oh, I'm getting older. I'll admit they can be a little bit awkward when you have to use a public bathroom and you can't rinse it when you take it out, but you can just wipe it with a bit of tissue, pop it back in, and then give it a proper wash when you get home. I know they can seem a little bit daunting. I felt exactly the same before I bought one, but please do give it a try. Just give it a go. For me, please. Number 6, take recyclable packaging home with you. I know this might seem like a huge faff, and obviously you're not always going to be in a situation where you're able to take packaging home and recycle it, but if you've bought yourself a meal when you're out and about and it comes in a recyclable plastic or cardboard tub and there are no public recycle bins anywhere, but you have room in your bag to just pop it in there, please do take it home and rinse it out and recycle it. As I said, I know you're not always going to be able to do that. You might not have room in your bag. I've been there, I know, but how much really does it negatively impact your day just to shove it in your bag if you've got space and rinse and recycle it when you get home? I mean, really, I don't think it's gonna have that much of a negative impact on your day, personally, but it will have a positive impact on the planet. So, you know, just something to think about. I've just realised in my notes that I have numbered them wrong and I've missed out the number 7, so I actually only have 9 tips. Whoops. But some of them are kind of like twofold, so I think it's fine. Number 7/8, take your unwanted clothes to charity shops and damaged clothes to fabric recycle bins. Some of my most favourite items of clothing over the years have been purchased at charity shops. What's that phrase? One person's loss is another person's gain. Or you get rid of something you love and someone else picks it up and loves it more. I don't know. But charity shops are great. If you're having a clear out and you find some clothes or some random stuff that you don't want anymore, throw them in a bag and take them to a charity shop next time you pop into town. It helps you because you're clearing out your stuff, and it helps them because it gives them things to sell in order to make money for their charity. And if you've got damaged clothes that aren't suitable for selling, throw them in a different bag and take them to a fabric recycle bin. They are around, you just have to look out for them, and I'm sure a quick Google search will find the nearest ones to you. And it's much better than them just ending up on a landfill somewhere. Number 9, reduce your plastic usage. There are so many different ways to do this. Refuse straws in pubs and restaurants. You can buy reusable ones. I have these cool bamboo ones that I bought in Bali, and this metal and silicone one that I got at an event last year. Buy loose fruit and veg where possible instead of pre-packed. Buy naked beauty products and toiletries if you can. Store your food in Tupperware, glass jars and other reusable containers rather than using things like cling film and tin foil, and so much more. There are many ways to reduce your plastic usage. You just have to be aware of it and think about it in your everyday life. And number 10, compost. This may not be an option where you live, I'm totally aware of that. I'm lucky enough to live in a borough of London where my council are very environmentally conscious and they encourage their residents to be more green and eco-friendly. So we are provided with a food waste bin as well as our general waste bin and our 2 separate recycle boxes. I personally love it. I've lived in places before where they don't give you a food waste bin and they just don't bother dealing with that. But I've just never been okay with putting biodegradable, compostable waste in a general waste bin. I just prefer being able to put it in its own little bin and it's all together and they take it away separately and it's all good. I like that. Food waste is recycled in a couple different ways. One method is composting it in a special machine for a few weeks, then leaving it outside to mature for a few months and using it as soil conditioner. And the other method is breaking it all down in another special machine and collecting the methane gas it creates, converting that into biogas, which is used to generate electricity, heat and transport fuels, which is pretty darn cool. And I've grown up with a garden that always has a giant compost heap in the corner because my mum does a lot of gardening and is very eco-friendly, so she always puts food in there and she makes her own compost for her plants, and I just think that's freaking cool. So if you're able to have a small food waste or compost bin in your kitchen or a big compost bin or heap in your garden, then please do. I think it's a cool, worthwhile thing to do. I know it can get a bit stinky sometimes, but that's why you empty it regularly. That's just common sense, you know? So there you have it, my tips for being less wasteful. I think these are all relatively easy changes to make, so please do give them a go if you aren't doing them already. There are probably loads of other things that could be added to this list also, so if you have any other tips that you'd like to share, please do comment down below so that everyone else can take them on board and benefit from them. Woo! Also let me know what you're doing to lessen your negative impact on the planet and be more green. I would really like to know, and I will see you next time. Thanks for watching, bye! Good. That wasn't supposed to happen.